Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Ria, and it's my pleasure to introduce Joe. He will be presenting the topic today, the tools for his pathway dynamic leadership. I guess it's level one, but I'm really excited with this topic because I'm interested in reading a lot about the motivational books, and this topic would really be one of those topics that I would be really excited to hear. So over to you, Joe.
Joe, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and then you should be able to share.
Okay. Oh wait, I gotta wait a minute. I gotta hit the big button first. Wait.
Yeah, we'll
Just give me
start
a minute.
timing.
Yeah,
We'll start
just give me.
timing whenever you're
I'll hit-
ready.
Yeah, I hit the share, and then we learn on the technology. Yeah. But I don't know. Wait a minute. I don't. The wrong button. Yes. 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 And then we're gonna go here.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Hello, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. Today I'm going to talk about an exciting book called The Tools and why it's helped with my recovery. In fact, if it were not for the tools, I'd probably still be in the same padded cell with Jack Nicholson from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The Tools were written by two psychiatrists, Dr. Barry Michels and Dr. Phil Stutz. What are the tools? All of us can get stuck in a rut. We may not be happy with our jobs or our personal relationships, or we may feel that we are not living up to our full potential. The tools are a set of mindful exercises that free us from burdensome stress so we can think clearly. How do they work? Practicing these mindful techniques help us to refocus off whatever is triggering us to bring us to the present. Once we are mindful, we can observe circumstances clearly and objectively. Practicing these mindful techniques also reduces our stress. Anyone can visit thetoolsbook.com and read these mindful techniques. Today, I will discuss 3 tools that I've used for procrastination, insecurity, and addiction. They are called the reversal desire, inner authority, and the black sun. The tool used for procrastination is called reversal desire. You want to use it when you are putting off something uncomfortable, painful, difficult, like these Toastmaster speeches. You should practice using these tools every time you have these negative thoughts. You can eventually overcome your procrastination. How does reversal desire work? Well, step number 1 is to face the pain. You confront head on what's holding you back. Exclaim, "Bring it on, pain. I'm not afraid of you, pain." Don't be afraid of the pain. Instead, embrace the pain. Draw strength from it. Step number 2 is to move forward the pain. Scream, "I love the pain. I absolutely embrace my pain." As you get closer to your pain, you will eventually become one with your pain. Step number 3 is to feel that cloud of pain that completely wraps around you to suddenly burst open like a broken water mattress and spit you out. Slowly feel that huge cloud of pain close up behind you. Then you take a deep breath and say to yourself, "Pain, set me free." Feel yourself leaving the cloud and approaching a realm of pure light. As you look back, you see that cloud get smaller and smaller. As you turn your head forward, you see that pure, bright light growing larger and larger. Everybody is insecure. Even highly successful people, insecurity has little to do with how much wealth you have obtained or how attractive you think you are. Life is insecure. Insecurity can paralyze you and cut you off from others. Every one of us has a part of our subconscious that embodies all of our perceived negative traits. Psychologist Carl Jung calls it our shadow. We hide our shadow from others for fear of utter embarrassment and humiliation. Inner authority gives you the courage to embrace your shadow. This is how the tool works. Step 1, you imagine you are on a stage standing in front of an audience like here. Following step number 2 is to bond with your shadow. Ignore the audience and focus completely on your shadow. Feel the unbreakable bond between the two of you. As the two of you become one, you are fearless. The last step number 3 is to shout, "Listen, we got this." Last step number 3 is to shout, "Listen, we got this." You and your shadow will Turn slowly toward the audience and feel the inner authority that swells up within you, and your shadow will speak in one voice. The tool for impulse control and addiction. We all strive. We all have impulse shopping, eating, social media that take control of our lives. These impulses cause chaos by sucking out all of our time like a vampire. It makes it impossible to live a full and productive life. What would you do to turn off all that around to manage your time constructively? The black sun can free yourself from impulses like overeating, using alcohol, drugs, or gambling. The tool in brief. Number one, feel the deprivation of not getting what you want intensely as possible. Then let go of the thing that you want. Forget about the outside world as a source of anything that will fill you up inside. Let it disappear. Step two is to experience a sense of emptiness from not having that craving. Look inside yourself. What was a feeling of deprivation is now an endless void. Face the void. Remain calm. Step three, fullness. From the depths of the void, imagine a black sun ascending and experiencing excites you until you become one with its warm, limitless energy. Step four is giving. Redirect your attention to the outside world. The black sun energy will overflow, surging out of you as it spews into the world and becomes pure white light. Carl Jung believed your shadow is unused potential. Until you develop a relationship with your shadow, it will remain a source of shame and guilt that will hold you back. Once you develop a relationship with your shadow, you'll be free to become whoever you're meant to be without apologies. The tool will teach you how to interact with your shadow by listening deeply to it as if it was respect and attention. Your shadow will become as real to you as any family member. Your shadow holds the key to everything you are meant to be. The importance of a daily routine. Like any new skill, it is essential to incorporate the tools into your regular schedule. Practice these mindfulness techniques when you're not caught up in the moment. That way, when a trigger occurs, you can react using muscle memory. Always remember to wax on and wax off. I encourage all of you to visit the tools website and listen to the actor Chaz Palminteri's absolutely incredible journey using the tools. You won't believe it. If anyone is interested in meeting fellow toolers, as they are called themselves, Barry and Phil are on Facebook. I owe a great deal of thanks to my former screenplay mentor and best self-counselor, Dennis Kitchen, for introducing me to the tools. He's immeasurably improved my life. I would highly recommend him to anyone who needs a little help. Does anyone have any questions? All right. That's it. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question, Jill.
Actually, it's more of a request. That slide that with the questions about the shadow, I don't know if it would be easy to pull that back up. That was
Oh, sure. For you,
really
yeah, anything.
helpful.
Was
I know
it the
was
one
when you
with
were
the dragon? Was it which was the dragon? I could show it to you.
We also are recording this meeting too, so I can always
Oh.
get this.
Oh,
back to you as
sure,
well.
sure.
Sure, I can get the one with the shadow.
Yeah, with a full agenda, Joe, we'll just move on and I can look at the recording. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right, no problem. Go ahead. Ready for my evaluation?
Speaking of which, since Joe is online, if anybody has feedback for him, I invite all of you to just send him an email afterwards with it. Rhea is doing the evaluations, but on from there.
And Joe, the comment about embracing the pain, there's an expression I heard a couple of years ago, embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Exactly what that is.
Yes.
I had the pleasure to listen to Barry Michels because he hosts online seminars on Eventbrite, and I was in one of his meetings, and the man is very inspirational. And both Barry Michels and Phil Stutz, all of the movers and shakers in Hollywood, they're all their clients. Anyone who's anyone is there. And you know what his best piece of advice is? Whenever you're faced with a major life decision, always go with your gut. Your gut will never turn you down.
Right, thank you, Joe.
But we will now turn it over to Rhea to deliver her evaluation for Joe.
just collecting my thoughts because there was a lot of things that I really loved about your speech. So there's a lot. Firstly, I would say I learned a lot from the speech, especially because these are some of the things that we all struggle with. I am a avid procrastinator. And of course, there's a lot of insecurities that come into play when you're working with people who are brilliant, like you're working at Roswell, amazing people here. Sometimes you do feel insecure about life and or the task that you do. So this is one of the books that I would definitely read because with what Joe said, there were things that I have taken home. Some of them are the points that were like facing your pain and looking as your own shadow being a part when you're doing your improv speeches. So those are really lovely topics that I learned. Thank you so much, Joe, for that. The other things that I loved about your presentation were the images that you placed. Sometimes words cannot show the things that you feel, but images can. And those were some of the very powerful words that you brought out just through images. So I love the use of images in your PowerPoints. Um, I also loved how you concise these huge topics into pointers that we could take home. It's not at all easy when you have a whole book of like 200 pages, but you have to bring it down to like 7 minutes of speech. So I would commend you for that. That is a really tough thing to do. Um, the other thing that I really liked is the parts where you were talking to the audience by giving them some jokes or humors on the side that got the attention back to the presentation, which is difficult for me, but I really love how you did that. So I might take those as some of my pointers as well. Some of the things that you could work on, I would say, when the speeches are online, it's very difficult to have eye contact or hand gestures because that's difficult. But what I think of a way is maybe you could use pointers in a way to bring people's attention to the screen. Like, hey, I'm speaking about this image. Or that's something that could be used when it's online. The other thing that would be more impactful is the pauses that you could add within each time. So since there are times where this happens to me when I have an accent and it's very difficult for people to follow, having pauses could help in a lot of times. So that brings a lot of impact when you're speaking about your presentation or bringing in points that people can take home. So I think that's a really thing. Overall, I liked your tone and volume. And there's just few things that I could work on. But thank you so much.